When it comes to being a brother, there are certain ups and downs even in the best of relationships. Some people are naturally better at drawing close to their siblings, and don't have this desire to fight with them all of the time. For most people, sibling rivalry is a very real thing, but that doesn't mean that they don't still love and care for them deeply. There is a very unique bond between siblings, one which can be deeply meaningful and rewarding. Of course, not everyone has the same connection with their siblings, but there are certain personality traits which might make it easier for people to communicate with their brothers or sisters. Sigma males certainly have the positive and negative attributes as brothers. There are some situations in which they can be the absolute best brothers, and others where they do fall short a bit. Everyone has their strengths and weaknesses and things which might create tension in close relationships. It is important to recognize these things and work towards better communication and understanding. In order for the Sigma to work on their sibling connections, they need to learn more about themselves, and their siblings would benefit from this as well. Sigma male does value sibling relationships very much, but there are things which change depending on the situation. If they have a strained relationship with their siblings, the Sigma isn't incapable of disconnected, especially if they constantly feel used and mistreated. When they have siblings who respect them, then the Sigma takes this bond seriously and will nurture it for years to come. Sigma males do value family and loyalty more than people often realize. They just don't express these things in sentimental or emotional ways. Sigma brothers are very empathetic people who will go out of their way to support the ones they love. When he cares for someone, they want to make them happy, and this is the same with their siblings and family members. If their sibling is in need, he will often go above and beyond to help them and find ways of making them feel better. This type of compassion and caring is what makes the Sigma males incredible people to have around. They hate seeing others in pain, especially when it is someone they have a deep connection with. As brothers, the Sigma just wants to be there for their brothers and sisters, and will try to find ways to help them achieve their goals and be happy in their own skin. Sigma males are also understanding people, and they believe in allowing their loved ones to be different. While others might judge the strange and unusual traits they see in people, he doesn't. Instead, they celebrate the qualities and interests that others might find weird. They want to nurture these qualities and help their siblings feel comfortable being themselves. The Sigma brother provides a confidant and a safe place to share their feelings and be completely open. They want to be the person their siblings can come to with anything, even if they have made some sort of mistake. The Sigma cares about their loved ones so much, and often puts their needs above their own. This is no different with siblings, and when they are truly in need, he will be there for them no matter what. While Sigma males are caring and often structured people, they do know how to have fun as well. They often want their siblings to be their friends, and enjoy going out and doing fun things with them. The Sigma male is almost always the one wanting to come up with ways to interact with their siblings and want to have a connection which is fun and playful as well. Sigmas have great senses of humor, and sometimes this results in a more playful sibling relationship, which is definitely a positive thing. They often know how to be fun and light-hearted, but also serious when the time calls for it. This ability to read situations and emotions of others does make them the best brother in most cases. The toxic version of a Sigma brother. Sigma males can sometimes be distant from others, and need a lot of time alone. They can become drained with too much social interaction, and when they are forced into this, it can cause them to be short-tempered. When the Sigma is really in need of some space and time to themselves, they might become impatient and even regret this later themselves. It can be hard for them to express why they need this time to themselves, especially since the Sigma male doesn't want to upset their siblings and loved ones. They try to find means of keeping up with social situations, but they simply need time alone to recharge, or else they no longer feel like themselves. While this isn't a negative trait or something the Sigmas can or should change, it can be something which causes tension if they have extroverted siblings. Sigma males are naturally very direct people who don't have much patience for catering to people's emotions. While their honesty is an admirable trait, it can be challenging for their siblings and loved ones at times. This can cause Sigmas to be a bit harsh when they are expressing the facts of a situation, especially since they aren't naturally in tune with the emotions of others. While this directness often gets things done and makes the Sigmas more efficient, it can be hurtful to their siblings without meaning to be. This is something which can be challenging at times, especially if their siblings are more sensitive than Sigma male understands. Sigma males have a tendency to try hard to fix things, even when people don't want help. If their sibling clearly needs guidance and support, they will have a hard time keeping to themselves. They want to help the people they love and can sense when something is truly wrong. Their strong sense of empathy is a good thing, but can also cause strain in their relationships sometimes. Sigma males can also be particular about how they like things done, which makes them a bit impatient at times. When their siblings aren't the most organized people, they might find themselves becoming frustrated with their behavior. They will become especially annoyed by siblings who are messy and cannot seem to keep things in their own personal space. While Sigmas don't intend to be bossy, they can sometimes come across this way when they are focused on getting something done. Their desire to be efficient can become a bit stressful for those closest to them, especially siblings who really just want to do things their own way. Communication. Sigma males are great at connecting and communicating, even if it is not their primary desire, which can certainly be a plus side in their sibling relationships. The Sigma enjoys being able to share things with their loved ones, and they are great at listening as well, which they like best. Where Sigma males might struggle is when they need to take a step back and allow their siblings to make their own mistakes. They know that their siblings must be allowed to make mistakes, but they care too much about them. They are problem solvers who want to always be there, and find it truly difficult to allow them the room to fail on their own. They know how to help them improve their situation and want to be there to guide them. Sigma males also prefer honest and upfront communication, and do better when their siblings are direct with them. When someone is upset with the Sigma, they need that person to express this clearly and without being overly emotional. Hearing the clear facts of the situation helps Sigmas to figure out the best solutions and try to come to some sort of conclusions about what is going on. They want to be able to make their relationships work, they just aren't the most emotionally expressive people. Having people around them who can be direct and honest with them really helps them communicate things more clearly as well. How can they improve? Sigma brothers are giving and loving people, which translates into how they behave as siblings. They go out of their way to help and be supportive, they just need to know when to stop hovering sometimes. The Sigma males can benefit from taking a step back and giving their siblings the space that they need for themselves sometimes. Ultimately, Sigma brothers try their best to maintain their connections and care about being close to their family and siblings. They do sometimes need to take a step back and be a bit more patient, especially if they have siblings who are more emotional than logical. While this type of person can be difficult for Sigma to understand, they will benefit from giving them some room to be themselves without pressure. Sigma brothers can also do better with their siblings if they learn to accept their emotions, and be a little more expressive with their own when they can be.